Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Korky, and this is the final database update for the AFC Richmond team from the Ted Lasso show. Obviously, if you're aware, there has been previous versions of this with the official Football Manager database updates. This is the most recent version, the 23.4 late spring. It's the one they released recently. So you can download this, put it into your data editor, data folder, and you'll be able to start playing with AFC Richmond. We will go through all the installation instructions very, very shortly. I'm just going to show you first of all the actual club and the team itself. So we'll get a look at that. So as you can see, we're starting off here. We have the screen, we have the logo, we have obviously Premier League logos and everything included. We have here on the left hand side, I've put in as myself as the current manager. McAdoo is captain, Samuel Basanya is vice captain. That's all true to the TV show. We do have the new kits from the third season installed here as well. These are also included in the database pack, and we'll unpack that as well in a few moments. As you can see, we have the home, the away, and the third, which was released. It was officially announced in episode 7 or 8, I think it was. But that is the official away or third kit design we've included as well. So we'll get a look at the team. As you can see, all the first team players are listed here. We do have a few new additions, such as Bargava, who appeared in season 3, hasn't been in the previous seasons. We do have some players, the likes of Martin Demat, who's appeared. He hasn't appeared in season 3, but we do know that his locker is still in the locker room, so we're taking on an assumption that he's still at the club. And there are a few other players like that, like Anders Rosenfeld as well, would be another one. There are a few details that were announced in the final season that we didn't have in previously, so we have updated those. For example, we didn't know that Roberts' first name was Tan until I think it's the second last episode. So we've changed that. It's actually the final episode, so we've changed that to Tan. He's no longer called Robbie Roberts, thankfully, because that would have been a bit of a ridiculous name, in all honesty. We do have, of course, Jamie Tarts in. He can play as a striker or as he trained into being kind of that number 10 role as well. We have all your favourites. We have Danny Rose, we have Colin Hughes, we have Bumbercatch, we have Ubasanya, etc., etc., etc. We did do a deep dive. If you have played any of the previous versions of the database, we have done a deep dive into the player histories as well. For example, Tommy Winchester has come from West Ham originally. Some of our players include Tyler Shannon as well. He came from Hayes and Yedding. Colin Hughes came from, I think, was it Cardiff or Swansea? It was Cardiff. So we have done a deep dive. Now, a lot of the stats involved there, the games played and the goals scored, those are completely fictional. I've just made those up myself just to give them a bit of a history. All starting from the age of 16 and up until their current age. And I've just added in random games and just incremented them a little bit as we go along. We have, of course, included the main man, Zava. Zava, no first name was ever announced for Zava, but that's fine. He was announced that he was of Dutch nationality. Basically what we've done is we've taken Ibrahimovic, we've just duplicated him, and we've changed all the key details for Zaha as well. He has got quite an extensive history as announced in the TV show. He has come from Juventus. He has played at various different clubs before that as well, and has won 14 trophies in 15 years. All these, we've just kind of, again, picked clubs at random, kind of similar to Ibrahimovic, where trophies have been won in those years. So in these 14 of these 15 years, each of those clubs have won a trophy at some stage. So that is it really. That are all the details for a lot of players. Again, we look at the staff. We do have, obviously, Coach Beard is involved. It was in one of the episodes, I think maybe episode 6 or 7, where they went to Holland. It was announced that Coach Beard speaks Dutch fluently, so we've added that in. So we've added in some little extra details there. We do have Dr. Sharon Fieldstone involved, of course. Some of the additional staff we have, the likes of Higgins is the director of football. We have a couple of staff here that are, for example, Liam Sudeikis is Liam as a character announced in the TV show, but he never has a surname. So I've just taken names from the people behind the scenes. We have Jason Sudeikis. We have one of the doctors is called Braff, because Zach Braff, very good friend of Bill Lawrence, the creator, has also directed a few episodes as well. So we've just included little extra touches just around the show itself as well. We do have, again, another quite a big deal. We do have Nathan Shelley is back at the club as per the end of season 3. There's no official job in Football Manager as a kit manager or an assistant kit manager or assistant to the kit manager. So we have just put him in as a coach. The same goes with Will Kipman as well. And as you'll see, similar names there. There is in the TV show, there is a Tony, there is a Derek, there is Nigel. So we've just given them again random names based on some of the background creators, the likes of Brett Goldstein is now Derek Goldstein, Bill Lawrence is now Tony Lawrence, so on and so forth. So that is the game in itself. You can then, once you plug us in, you're ready to go. We're ready to kick off the season. We are treating this as just being promoted, so we're treating this as the beginning of the season 3 of the TV show. So we've just been promoted from the championship last year. As you'll see on the club info screen, we have here, they were in the championship last year, they came second and they got automatic promotion. Great for them. So if you have watched the TV show and you're aware that again, spoilers, apologies, but if you're aware that they finished second in the Premier League at the end of their first season back, we're not taking it from there. We're actually taking it from the start of the season. So that is it with the game itself. Let's go over to the installation instructions and we will show you how to do this. So the first thing to do is if you jump over to the Sorted Out SI website, just to note, I am not affiliated to the website in any way. It was just the easiest and best place for me to upload the database initially. Thank you to the guys for making it so simple. The easiest way to do this is if you come to the homepage, go to the downloads menu and click on the FM23 databases. You have a little look through. Now it has been updated in the last couple of days, so it is quite near the top of the list. But you'll see all you're looking for is Ted Lasso / AFC Richmond database and graphics. Click on that. You'll see in the right hand side here there is the download button, so go ahead and click that. Obviously if you're using Chrome, you'll see it pop up in the bottom corner here. Once that downloads, then you will be able to extract it first of all. So what we will do is we go into, it is a WinRAR file, so depending on what way you like to do it, I like to just simply right click on it, extract to the folder name. It opens up like this, and then all you gotta do is go into the 2 sets of folders. Again, you can do this one of 2 ways. I would just simply do this, highlight all them, copy all them, come into my documents, Sports Interactive Football Manager 2023 folder. Look for editor data, which I have here. As you'll see, there's quite a lot of databases there. Just paste them in there, and we have here Richmond 2023 final update and final update no Ted Lasso. Important little detail, we'll come back to that in a second. Similarly with the graphics folder, you can open that. Depending on which way you want to do it, you can just copy and paste. If I go back to my graphics folder here, you'll see I already have the AFC Richmond folder installed. Obviously I've been playing it recently, and as you can see we have all the player faces and staff faces and everything else included. You will notice that a section of faces from here to here, they're all regens, and we'll come back to that in just a second, but these are all the first team players and the key staff, the likes of Rebecca, who appears to be in there twice. I'll fix that up, that's fine. So as we see there, we have all the players involved. In the graphics folder, within that folder, we do have the background images, we do have the logos. There is an alternative logo that I designed as part of a logo set that I have created as well. We can go back from that, we go into the icons folder. As you can see there, we have all the icons for all the players also. And finally the kits as well. You will notice there is a 4th kit in here before the 3rd kit was officially announced. This was a 3rd kit that I designed myself just to include in the original pack when the database first came out, when the game was released. But now that has been updated, you will get the official 3rd kit design along with the game. As you will have seen, it is installed as well. So that is it. I mean that's it, pretty straightforward. If you do have the game loaded already and you want to start a new game, You can do that quite easily. We'll jump back over to the game and just to show you the underage squads as well very quickly. So as you'll see, as mentioned there very quickly, we do have the kits installed there. In the underage groups, we have got a whole list of players involved as well in both our under 21s and under 18s teams. Before I released the database, I did put out a short survey to see that, just ask people if they want their name included as a hot young prospect. I have put, including all the under 18s, all the under 21s, and all the first team players, I have given them all the same range of potential ability. Depending on their age and their development and everything, you can maybe hopefully turn some of them into absolute superstars. There may be a few names here you may perhaps recognize. We will not name names. We've got a very strong centre back stroke defensive midfielder there coming in, 16 years of age, Birmingham native. You may be aware of him. But we have included some football manager streamers and YouTubers as well. So the development squads are full of potential. Say it's up to yourself how you wish to develop them, and we do have the senior squad ready to go as well. And that, ladies and gentlemen, really is it for this database. It is the only other detail to mention now is that with the way the player IDs, the unique IDs, and for the face packs and everything that's included, it is important that you don't load any other databases along with this. The reason for that being is some of the other databases have additional players added, and then the unique IDs will change and the faces won't always line up. So when you are starting a game, make sure you're only selecting the Ted Lasso database, no additional databases with that. The only other thing to mention with there are two versions of the database. There is a Ted Lasso and a non-Ted Lasso version. The non-Ted Lasso version is basically the exact same database. The only difference is it doesn't have Ted included in it. So if you wish to create your own character version of Ted, you're free to do that and play as Ted instead of Ted. But that is it for this video. I do hope you've enjoyed it. I do hope you enjoy the database. If you do, please do leave your comments in the comment section below. We would love to hear your feedback. If there's any little bugs, any little mistakes, anything you notice at all, please do let us know. We will endeavour to get that fixed up as soon as possible. That is it from me. There is also, apologies, one more thing, there is also a Life After Lasso series that I've done on YouTube. You can jump over now, there will be a link for that. You can check that out and see how we get on in our own 3-season run of the show as well. That's it from me. Thank you very much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed it. We look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you. Take care.